weekend seems so long that we cannot share our time together, but that is what we are doing. We are taking those weekends off to sort of digest and have a moment to think about what we've been talking about during the week. My name is Amy. I am your hope slinger is what I am. And I am here on this channel. We have been together now for 5 weeks. We are starting on our 6th week, which is just a little bit crazy. Time flies. Okay, so in case you are new, you're just stumbling across this, no coincidences, but maybe you're unaware of what we do. I was led 5 weeks ago to start on this channel, YouTube, talking about one thing and one thing only. Well, one verse. We talk about a lot of things. We talk about hope. We talk about healing. We talk about getting through things with excellence. We've talked about a lot of things. But the one verse in particular that we are covering is Galatians 6:9. Let me read it to you. So let us not grow weary in doing good, for at the right time, some translations say in due season, we will reap a reward, or we will reap blessings if we don't give up. You might be familiar with this, you might not. Here's the beauty of it, of this whole thing, is that you don't have to be familiar with it. It's a pretty straightforward concept. Would you not agree? If you take away the fact that it came from the Bible, in essence, it is for everybody, because it talks about what we do when we get discouraged. It talks about what we do when we feel like we're on the verge of just losing that hope. Like, it speaks directly to us and to what we go through as we walk this life. Okay? Hi. And this is an amazing thing, because it has such a broad application. So if you know about it, that's great. If you don't know about it, that's okay too. That's what we're talking about, though. Okay? So as we look at this incredible verse, the first thing that we talked about, or what we have said, is that we get tired. I can attest that to that fact, and I know you all could too. If we were in an actual room together, we could all go through and talk about the times we've been tired. And one of the greatest things that we figured out here is that it doesn't really have anything to do with the times that we get tired, as far as saying that we shouldn't get tired. What the verse says is, don't grow weary, don't get tired in doing good. Well, that's a whole nother thing, right? Because then it's like, oh, I can be tired. I can get physically exhausted. I can do those things. But what I'm being encouraged to do here, according to this verse, is to not get tired of doing good. So no matter what my personal level of tiredness may happen to be, we are told and given hope that we don't have to let that stop us from doing good. This was such a huge point. This was so freeing for so many of us, because some people it gave permission to be tired, and they realized that it wasn't a sin. They realized they didn't need to keep beating themselves up for that. Other people didn't know the connection between just don't get tired of doing good. We tend to read things broken up like that instead of taking that whole contextual picture. Very important to read with context. If you will remember from some of our earlier discussions, one of the things that I hope that we can get out of this community, out of this time together, out of this teaching, and I'm going to put that in air quotes, is that we reason, that we can reason together. How many things, due to wonderful technology, can we just have spoon fed to us? Can we just have an instant thing? Like everything in our lives is so instant. And what I have purposely done for 8 weeks is the plan. We've only done it for 5 weeks, but we're going to 8 weeks, is that we're purposely going to slow down and allow our minds to meditate on some of these points. And instead of rushing through a verse, we're going to stop. We're going to pause. That is so unnatural for so many of us. I won't throw you under the bus. I'll just raise my hand. I have lived a life of isolation, and I have lived in the rat race, so to speak. And what I know is that it is important. We were created to be able to have that downtime to reason things. It's good for us to wrestle with some stuff, right? It's good. It's good for the brain. So anyway, that is one of the things. That is one of the things that I'm hoping can come out of this as we discuss. And as you'll remember, the only thing I ask is that you be respectful. And most of you have been. Thank you. Especially to me, who is trying to learn a new thing. It's not easy to learn a new thing at 54. I'm just going to tell you. I'm just going to tell you. I feel like my 5-year-old, 4-year-old grandkids can do, obviously technology better than I can, but I digress. We're moving on. We talked about let us not grow weary in doing good. We talked about that. We moved on to then do not grow weary in doing good. Then we said, for at the appointed time. Oh, we had fun with that one. I don't know. I sure didn't mean to be harsh with that, but at the appointed time. Some of us don't like to wait. Some of us do not like to wait. Some of us do not like to think about giving up that control. It's just not fun for some people. Like it triggers. It's a real reaction. I get that. And that was not my intention. But the verse is there. And it says at the appointed time, at the perfect time. Some say in due season. Due season. That speaks to things bigger than ourselves going on around us. And no matter where you may fall in that argument, I think we could all at least agree on that, is that there is some wild stuff going on. Amen. So at this in due season. Okay, so that's as far as we've gotten. That's like only half the verse. But now we're moving into in due season, we will reap. Now it says more after that, but that is what we're going to camp on for just the next few minutes tonight, and probably for the rest of the week. Reap. You will reap. If you don't grow weary in doing good, at the appointed season, in the due season, at the perfect time, you will reap. Well, there's a whole lot to those 3 words, you will reap. There are other times in the Bible that is mentioned, reaping and sowing. Whatever you plant, whatever you give is going to come back. That's been reinvented and given a million different names, but it did have an origin, not with AI, but with OI, original intelligence. So if we have this concept of sowing and reaping, could it be that us not growing weary and doing good, and us continuing to do good, is the sowing? And sometimes we can feel like we've been sowing for a long time. Sometimes we can feel like this is never going to reap a harvest. This is never going to come to fruition. This is never going to happen. I have that invitation come to me daily because we have been in the middle of a huge prayer project of something that we have been called to do, and it keeps getting shot down, keeps getting detoured, keeps getting shut. Okay. But I tell you what we're not doing. We are not growing weary and doing good. We have a ministry. We continue to do what we've been called to do. And that's to bring hope and healing to people. Everywhere. Everybody. So as we keep sowing, we look at this promise of this verse that says we will reap. But it says in that due season. In that due season. Which, as I alluded to earlier, some of us don't like. Why do we have to wait for a due season? I would like the due season now. Can now be the due season. That's just real talk. I know y'all don't ever have prayers like that. But we are constantly invited to meditate on them. So part of this sowing that we're talking about is continuing to do good. Don't get tired of doing good. Don't change the game plan from doing good. Don't shake it up and stop doing good. Keep doing good. Keep doing good. That's what we are called to do. So that is a little teaser of the reaping. You will reap. And we're going to break down that phrase for the next few nights. I'm so excited for you to join me because there is such power in simplicity. Oh, we are not even taught that anymore. We're not even encouraged to think in those terms anymore. But I hope you hang out here with me. I hope you just every night I'm going to be making a video, and so look for them. We're going to discuss things like this. And here I will go one step further. Even though my heart grows weary, and even though there might be stuff going on that we're waiting for and on and walking through, just like I know you guys have. Even though that happens, I'm still going to be here, ready and willing to meet with you and to sling that hope to you. Because when you have, hey, Miss Lil, because when you have that hope, it does make this life better. It gives an anchor for this world while it prepares us for the wonders of the next. Okay, so that's where we're going to stop tonight. I always give you something to ponder. And that is, it's kind of a simple question, but have you thought of the idea? Did you know sowing and reaping was even a biblical thing? Did you know how many instances agriculturally and spiritually sowing and reaping is mentioned in the Bible? Did you even know it was a thing? Doesn't matter. It's not a good yes or no question. I mean, it is a yes or no question, but that's not the point. Point is, if you didn't know, congratulations. You just learned something new. And if you did know, did you always think it was talking about one or the other, either in the natural or the spiritual? But maybe you're realizing he used a natural thing to explain a spiritual. That's where I was. That's why I love the parables, because they're so simple. He took something that the people knew and applied it to the spiritual truth so that they could learn that. So anyway, just let that, I didn't realize, or talk about that among yourselves. Let me know tomorrow night when you hop on. Tell me what you think about that. But really, that doesn't make sense, because I'm just remembering that I'm having people reach out to me that I know, that are seeing these come on just like at random times. And so I don't know when you're going to find this. So it might not make sense to say we'll talk about it next time, especially if you get in midstream. But I do hope that you will like and subscribe. Oh my word, you guys, we are at 105. No, I know. 105,000? No, like literally 105 subscribers. That just is amazing to me. God is delighted when the plumb line comes out, and all that means in modern terms is he's happy with the small beginnings. He is so pleased when we step out in faith and obedience, with things that he's been calling us to do. So anyway, to me, 105, it might as well be 105 million, because I feel like I have that many new friends. So if you haven't liked and subscribed yet, please do that. And if you have any more questions, any questions at all, and you'd like to reach out to me, feel free to stop by our website, amyallmon.com, and that will tell you all about our ministry. It will tell you all about stuff coming up, and you can reach out then. Okay, I think that's what I have for tonight. Yes, that is it. So you guys have a fantastic night, and get some rest, because it's okay to rest. Just don't grow weary in doing good. Keep on doing good. We'll see you tomorrow night. Be blessed to be a blessing. Bye-bye.